So you are now tuned in. You know what I'm talking about, man. This is just a part of the Thing podcast, man. You know, one of the greatest conversations I think that you can have on this planet, besides getting a bag of money, is understanding this male-female relationship, man. We're gonna go there. You know, yeah. Welcome. I have today with me, man, on episode 1, season 1, the lovely Miss Sherelle Joyner. It is a pleasure to have you in the building, man, to interview me, kind of go through what this thing is going to be about, you know, and it's just a pleasure to have you in the building. What's up, baby?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Once again, my name is Sherelle, and we are from OKC, and you're listening to It's Just a Part of the Thing podcast. So, like Mikey said, we're exploring the dynamics of relationships, and we just want to connect with people who love loving, right, and doing relationships. So today we're launching this dynamic show with the one and only Mike Warrior, the host, the mastermind behind the plan. And yeah, we're just going to get into it.
Already.
All right. So first, Mike,
what's happening?
Tell us who you are and what the podcast is about.
Yeah, so, you know, they said for you to be an expert at anything, you had to put in at least 20,000 hours, correct?
Okay.
You know, so, man, I done did this relationship thing, man. You know, first I had 2 serious relationships in my life so far. Mm-hmm. You know, I had one that lasted 5. I had another one that just dispelled not too long ago that lasted 15. So I think I'm a expert, right, not only at relationships, but women.
Women, okay. So you
Absolutely.
Can put your time in.
Oh, man. Come on.
So, okay. Well, before we get into your story, tell us first, what do you hope to accomplish through these discussions and what we can expect to hear?
Yeah, now, understand now, I know some of the thoughts and opinions that I may have may not be something that's going to be very popular, but it's real. I feel as though that the purpose of the show, although you're going to hear some things and that it might sound a little crude or crass, you know, it's to bring that male and female together to understand each other better.
Yeah. Okay. And that's what we need. It's a lot of different things going on in the world and a lot of viewpoints, and so
True.
We can always use perspective from somebody who has been in this thing in marriage for quite a while.
Right.
So, we're just gonna go ahead and start off with your story. Tell us your story.
Well, you know, my story comes from a lot of heartache, a lot of pain. You know, so I had some dark days. You know, but you know, first and foremost, let me kind of do some housekeeping here. You know what I mean? Let me, you know, retract just a little bit before I get into my story. You know, I want to first and foremost shout out a few people, man, that was, you know, really in my corner, you know, when them days was dark. You know, I want to, you know, shout out, you know, my partner Trey. You know what I mean? That boy right there, man. Listen to her. Hey, boy. Hey, we seen some dark times, boy, but you always came through for me, man. Hey, when I was there, I was sick, depressed, you know, about my whole situation and how it, you know, disbanded. I couldn't get out the bed. This boy would come lay in the bed with me and talk to me and counsel me, man, and, you know, give me about that rut, you know. So I love my brother for that, you know, for real. You know, I want to shout out, you know, my big brother, you know what I'm saying? He always been a rock. He always been somebody I could talk to as well, to counsel with, because he been through the same sort of thing. And so, you know, I just wanted to, you know, shout them boys out, man. You know, I want to shout out my boy Sean Swindle. He was there. He seen how this thing just, you know what I'm saying, just erased, you know. And, you know, I got to show them boys love, man, you know. And last but not least, oh, my God, I got to thank my mama.
Come on now.
Oh, my goodness. Without her, I don't know where I'd be, man, you know. And there's some other cats, man, I love to shout them out, too. But, you know, them boys probably don't want to, you know, be out there like that, man. But them boys, man, they know who they are. I love them boys, too, you know, for real, for real. You know, yeah. So, what brought me here is just heartbreak, pain, trying to figure out how to get over this, trying to figure out, how to figure this co-parenting thing out, how to, navigate through not being around, a situation that you've been so familiar with for 15 years. It's not just all about that woman. It's a lot about your whole, situation, outside of that woman. In retrospect, you look back at it, you like, dang, this is almost like 40% of the woman and then 60% of everything else. So, so yeah, that's what brought me here, But, just like it was an old group, an old R&B group had a great song. I don't know if you might know who they are, but they had a song called Joy and Pain. Sometimes it's just like, the rest, I'm talking about. Yeah, but yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what brought me here.
Okay. So you told us a little bit about the struggles and the heartache and just the trying times that came with more so after the relationship. What were some of the struggles in the relationship?
Well, I feel like you gotta understand that men, we speak a different type of language than women. All right, so women always talk love, right? But men, we talk about respect. For me, I'm a words of affirmation guy. I want you to make me feel like I'm a superhero. I need you to make me feel like I can go run through this brick wall over there. I want to feel like, I'm someone that you can't live or breathe without. So it's a method to that particular madness. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes or oftentimes I just think that I don't know if it's the dynamic between people. But that's just not that particular respect is not there, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Maybe that person's upbringing, and you got your own things, of course, that you bring into, the situation as well. So, we all got baggage that we bring, but it's just like trying to figure out how do we manage this baggage,
Right. That's so powerful. And we're not going to get into it because I know that's going to be part of the many discussions to come.
Right.
But yeah, so that's part of the struggle. So tell us the transformation that took place, even who you were before these relationships and who you turned into, changed into.
Yeah, that's dope. Well, who I was, I thought when I was in that situation, I was a loving father, I was a loving husband, although of course, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be me, and that sort of thing, but I feel as though that, like, who I was, but prior to that relationship was a playboy, certified playboy at that, I was definitely single. I didn't have no children or anything like that. That did not exist within my world and my circumference. I didn't even understand what that really was. Of course, being young, what I'm saying, you're independent. You're working 2 jobs. You got your own little apartment and things of that situation. So, I just feel like, I was just very independent. I gave up that independence because I thought I had found somebody who fit into that puzzle, which was in my life and something I feel as though I needed. I had I was in 2007, I had a car accident, which I was, my truck flipped 3 times. I came flying up out of it, broke my neck, broke my 3 ribs, punctured my lungs. This all happened like at 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? After I left for the Waffle House, you know what I'm saying? After some young lady I was supposed to be meeting up there, you know what I'm saying, stood me up. All the players know about how that go. What I'm talking about. So what I ended up doing was, I was talking to another young lady on the way home. I stayed on the north side at the time. I was on the east at the Waffle House. All the east siders know about that Waffle House. And so, I come home, I'm saying, I'm by my neighborhood, to make a long story short and a short story shorter, I got off the phone with the other young lady, flipped my truck, I come flying out that thing, and, I had to go fend for myself, didn't nobody hear this or anything. So,
Wow.
And I'm explaining that to ask, what was it that I was spared? Why would I be spared like that after, falling asleep at the wheel like that and going through such a tragic situation and having to go, crawl basically 50 feet to go get help. Why would I be spared? You know what I'm saying? So, I ended up meeting, someone, and then, the whole family situation came because, when I grew up, I was always used to, relationships. You know what I'm saying? And, my father and mother was together for 42 years. You know what I'm saying? Before his passing in 2008. That was another thing. Like, what am I being, left here for? What am I being spared for? You know what I'm saying? And, and I thought there was, to be a husband and, and to be, a father and, do all of those things because that's all we grew up with. We played sports growing up. And, when I look back at it, I was talking to my partner about this the other day. We was talking about, me and my partner Trey was talking like, man, do you realize, man, like all of our coaches and things like that from Little League up, man, they was always, they always were in relationships. They always had these long-term relationships. So I think, I think we, vicariously, I ain't gonna say vicariously, but I think that we just like by, nature, like seeing things like that, like that's what we're supposed to be as well, but, like I said, for whatever reason or another, I'm saying, and things and, panned out for me that in that situation or whatever the case is, but we pick up and we move on, but now, of course, what I am now, to answer that question, excuse me for such a long-winded answer on that, but, so now, yeah, so, now, what I'm saying, I'm just a certified playboy, what I'm saying, I don't believe, for me right now, being in a relationship is my cup of tea, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, I mean, what if I think that we may even have this thing backwards, I don't know, maybe a circle is a square and a square is a circle, you know what I'm saying, so, I'm out here in this dating world, in this dating pool, you know what I'm saying? And I run across a lot of different young ladies, which I definitely entertain, you know what I'm saying? And my conversation is always very truthful, from the start. I never try to lead anybody on, and I don't pretend to be something that I am not. I want my yes to mean yes, and I want my no's to mean no. So, yeah.
Okay, certified playboy.
Already.
Who gave you that title?
Man, that's a title, man, that, when you go through certain things, you just got to recognize and understand who you are. I know that when, anytime I kind of bring that type of title out, it causes a little bit of controversy with ladies or whatever the case is. So, I think but it's not what they may think for it to be. Because, when you hear about Playboy, you think about somebody who's philandering with women and having sex with multiple women and, out here just bad, you know what I mean? And it's a bad connotation to that. I definitely don't feel as though that's that, connotation of how I look at it. That's definitely not how I move or I shape or anything like that. Now, do I talk to multiple women? Yeah, absolutely. But a certified Playboy for me is a totally different type of aspect of, life. It's someone who's, it's a look, it's a smell, it's a taste. You know what I'm saying? It's a touch, it's a feel. You know what I'm talking about? It's when one walks in the room, you already know. You got to understand, like, man, this dude, like, all right, yeah, I'll see you. You know what I'm saying? You look at me from head to toe. You know what I'm saying? It's that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's one who's very proficient, you know what I'm saying, at his job and his duty. He got hustle on his mind. You know what I'm saying? He's always forward thinking. You know what I'm saying? You think outside of the box. Talking about you, you just an image of what a real man is. I feel like dudes like me is gonna be the dudes that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, outlast this thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because we're gonna always tell you the truth at all times. Because only time I'm gonna lie to you is if I love you. If I love you, I'll lie to you, and I need you to lie back to me. That's just the reality of life. I need you to tell me. Yeah, I need you to tell me things that and I know ain't true. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Wow, we're getting the scoop and all the tea today.
And a byproduct of that, you know what I'm saying, is just women. As far as for men, you know what I'm saying. For me, it's just a byproduct for that is women. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just comes with the territory when you handle yourself a certain way, and you try to carry yourself and handle your business in a certain type of way. The women are gonna come and do that. So long as you're worried about being successful and you're worried about taking care of your business and doing what you got to do, You know what I'm saying? You're gonna, attract the opposite sex. That's just gonna come to you, and that's what tends to happen to me a lot.
They just come to you.
Yeah, 98% of women I don't approach like that. That I talk to or interact with. A lot of those occasions always happen. You know what I'm saying, with them. You know what I'm saying now, because women, I feel like they always, they're gonna give you a type of social type of cue if they want to speak to you. You know what I'm saying? So that might even be a look from across a bar. You know what I'm saying? That might be when I walk past you. You know what I'm saying? You might make a compliment like, "Ooh, you smell so good." I gotta talk to you then. We gotta have a conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? So now I may have initiated that conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I feel as though, like, for me, like I said, 98% of the women I talk to or come across, you know what I'm saying, it's something that they done to give me some type of cue that I want to speak with you. I ain't jumping all in your inbox. I ain't jumping all on your page. I ain't doing all this other goofy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you choose and do what you got to do, baby.
Yeah, he said he don't have to get in the DM. Okay. Well, you are very sexy. You're attractive, easy on the eyes.
That.
And
Appreciate that.
Yeah, you have a nice swag.
I appreciate that. It's just
And
a part of the thing.
You're approachable.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So you've given us a lot already, but so you said you grew and you learned to be a family man.
Yeah,
But now you're a certified playboy.
Absolutely.
Does that take anything away now from being a family man?
No, I think that's a part of being a certified playboy too. You gotta, be able to know how to mix and mingle those two. You know what I'm saying? So with me, me and my children, we good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still learning because this is something that I've never went through in my life to try to co-parent and things of that nature. And I'm a grudge holding type of person as well. You know what I'm saying? So if you intentionally do something to me that want to harm me, whether that be physically, emotionally, or mentally, you know what I'm saying, it puts me in a spot where I just got a grudge forever. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to play with my money or something like that, then I got a grudge forever. And maybe that's something I need to work on. I don't know. But me, I'm just a grudge holding type of dude. And you do those sorts of evils. I've never evilly done something to anyone. The worst thing I've ever done to a woman is just cheat.
Just cheat.
Yeah, that's the worst thing I've ever done.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that later. I'm excited to know more about that.
Yeah.
When you say just cheat, are you making light of it?
Well, I don't want to say that I'm making light of it. Now, I do know and I understand that can destroy things. But for me and men, period, like if we have sex outside of the woman that we with, that don't mean I'm in love with this woman. I don't have any feelings or any personal ties to that person, and I feel like it's a formula to cheating. Like, I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Because to be completely honest as well, I tell women this, I talk to all the time. Like, I've never been I've been monogamous in relationships, as they say. I've probably cheated on every girlfriend I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? And I don't try to wear that as a badge or make it like it's cool or the thing to do. But for me, it's just been certain situations, and when I'm put into certain situations, I'm forced, as I feel, to do certain things. And I know, especially with women, when you talk to them, I had this kind of conversation, and they know that you're unhappy or whatever the case is in the situation. The easy thing is just say, "Oh, why you just didn't leave?"
Yeah,
it's not that simple. You know what I'm saying? You can't just simply leave, especially how they have these relations, these state-sanctioned type of relationships put together. You know what I'm saying? You can't just leave. You know what I'm saying? That man is gonna lose a lot. You got a lot. You got a lot of time in. You got a lot of things in, and you're tied to those things as well, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? And you like, dang, do I really want to, do I really want to risk losing all of this? You know what I'm saying? And for me, you know what I'm saying, I just had to be myself. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a recipe for cheating. It doesn't just happen in a vacuum.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I know we're going to get to that at a later time.
Absolutely.
So, cheating, in the perspective of cheating, is a discussion that's going to happen in a later episode,
Right.
as well as other discussions.
Yeah.
But why do you feel like these subjects are important?
Because these are facts of life. These are things that, we have to explore. These are things that we need to try to gain a better understanding of in regards to how do I move with this person. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if we even know how to do this whole, male-female relationship thing. Like, I don't know if we know how to really do that well. I think most of us don't have any type of study. We never picked up a book. We never looked at we never looked at something that was, genuinely, put together. I don't care if that was informational biography, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but I just don't feel like that we, just know how to do relationships. I think we just guess. And I think that, those relationships that do work and that's out there, I do see them, you know what I'm saying? And I shout them people out, man, because, that shit ain't easy, and it's real difficult. And it comes with a lot of complications, that you have to really be down to go through. And you may not figure it out in the first 10 years. You may not figure it out in the next 15 years, but you may figure that thing out, you know what I'm saying, from year 15 on. I think we just got to be, patient with one another, and just have that real love, that old school love, that I ain't giving up on this thing type of love, like forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to work through it. I don't care if the problem keep persisting or something keep coming up. We're going to keep working through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you think that being going back to the certified playboy, do you feel like that is a symptom of bitterness?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because you got to ask yourself this for me, because I thought about that for sure, and and the question for me is, are you bitter or are you better? Can you now see things for what they really are?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, in regards to trying to deal with someone. I think when you go through that bitterness, it's going to absolutely make you better. You know what I'm saying? You have to be very mindful now, of people, what I'm saying, because people will switch up on you, you know what I'm saying, and totally change. This might be a person that you was madly in love with. Y'all been doing everything sexually. Y'all do everything. You travel, you do all these things, you come up, you fall off. You know what I'm saying? You go through death and trials and tribulations within the family. And these things too shape and mold you that people got to be understanding of in that particular regard. A lot of times I don't think that that's really looked at as well, especially when you start losing the ones that's close to you. You know what I'm saying? And, you gotta really hone into that and try to understand what that person is going through. You know what I'm saying? It's not just that simple where you just lose somebody, you have a funeral, and it's over with. You know what I'm saying? It's not that simple.
Right.
You
losing a life you knew.
Yeah. But I think that divorce is worse than death. You know what I'm saying? I think divorce is a choice. That, of course, isn't.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Yeah. And even with both, you definitely grieve. And
Right.
it is a tough and challenging process.
I mean, I don't know how tough a woman grieves. I mean, for me, the two serious relationships I've ever been in life, both of those women were in love with someone else. You know what I'm saying? Before this thing was over with, before the ink was even dry.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, So you know what I mean? It's just the reality of life. You know what I'm saying? And these are the things that shape and mold dudes like me, that make you understand. That's why you ask yourself, am I bitter or am I better? Because now I'm better. I can see things for what they really are. So I can see people for who they really are. You know what I'm saying? And you deal with it accordingly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it definitely sounds like your perspective has changed.
Yeah.
In this process.
Yeah. But I still believe in love. I don't know if I believe it in the so-called conventional stuff.
Okay.
But I don't know. I fall in love in the moment all the time.
What does that mean?
I'm a moment guy, man. When you're a certified playboy type of dude like me, man, you just fall in love in the moment. Because we already know the love is only momentarily anyway. You know what I'm saying?
What is love?
That's a great question. You know what I'm saying? The great Tina Turner says that it's just a secondhand emotion. It's just a funny feeling.
Funny feeling.
Just a funny feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you reach that climax, you know what I'm talking about, when you are sexually engaged with someone. You're in love in that moment. And then when that moment is over and the release is there, you know what I'm saying?
It's gone.
It's gone. So
Dang.
such is love.
Dang.
I don't know if like I said, because I'm used to that old school love, man. Like I said, all my people, man, was together. I got over 100 in our family alone. I know we got over probably 100 to 200 years worth of marriage. So I know what these people done went through. You know what I'm saying? And they made it, and they still here, or they made it until that person death did them part. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if that value is there any longer. I don't know if that's something with this new woman today that can really and truly exist.
Very interesting. So you talk about your family and the longevity of relationships being the pattern. So what is the difference? Do you feel like it was love that kept them, or what if love is just for a moment?
Right. Well, I think love is not what we make it to be with this particular generation. I think that old school love is something different. I think that old school love is, I'm gonna love your dirty draws for real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love all your faults, all your disagreements. I still love you. Like I'm into you. Like I gotta take you with all your faults. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I've had a woman that I was in love with, I love them for everything. I understand you're not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that you're gonna do that I'm not gonna be 100% for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be one that, that's just willing to just give up like that so easy. I don't care how much you do it, because I might do things, of course. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be, in the best intentions in regards to how a relationship probably works. And like I said, that's something I'm definitely not proud of, but it's a part of me. But if someone else too, now that is on that flip side of things, you know what I'm saying, has things that you're just not really into, you know what I'm saying, and you don't really approve of, you still gotta love that person, because I love, like, if I love you, I really love you. I really I'm into it. Your lies and all, because really I need you to lie to me anyway. Like I said, if I love you, I lie to you, and I need you to lie to me back. Okay. And that's not always got to be about something bad. You know what I'm saying? No, it ain't got to be, because I know when I say stuff like that to it, it makes people feel as though you're talking about cheating, or you're talking about things that's super huge and big. But people lie in relationships all the time. Yeah. I know women, I know men. They go buy clothes or buy shoes, and they sneak and do it, and sneak and put it in this place in the garage, or this place in a hallway, closet, or whatever the case is. Or you may say you may be out with that friend. You might be out with that friend that your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend ain't into. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't. You know what I'm saying? People ain't no good for you. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is, and you hanging with that person, but you won't tell that person, like, that's why I'm over their house. Or we had so and so at this restaurant having this and the third happening. So, I think those little type of lies, like I said, it happens all the time. And too, you know what I'm saying? I need you to tell me I'm the sexiest man alive. You know what I'm saying?
Sexy.
I know that's not true. You know what I'm saying? And I know, what I'm saying, in the back of your mind, you know what I'm saying, it might be other things going on, or whatever the case is in regards to who you may, think is sexually attractive. But I still need to hear that as a man. You know what I'm saying? Right. I need that reassurance from my woman to talk to me like that. So, if you love me, so I need you to lie to me, baby.
Lie to him. Okay. So you're saying old school love. Yeah. It sounds like old school love is more like commitment and sticking to what you committed to, versus new school love perhaps is just a feeling.
It's just a feeling.
A moment.
Yeah, it's a moment and a feeling. Cause like I said, I fall in love every other week. For real. I be in love in that moment. In that moment, I be like, damn, I love this girl right now.
Yeah.
And then when that moment's over, you know what I'm saying? Reality kicks in. You know what I mean?
So you're not committed.
Nah, I don't know if I never say never, but I don't know if I could be in a committed type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe it's meant for me to live a different type of way. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to have 2 women, 3 women, and we be in a committed relationship. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. Right. To see, it's like they say, you just throw as much rice as you can up against the wall to see what stick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still trying to explore and figure myself out in that particular regard. Now I know what I will do and I won't do. You know, I know what I will put up with and what I won't put up with. You know, but being in a so-called monogamous relationship, I don't know if those are for me.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I said, maybe some woman could come into my life. Like I said, if she have to fit in my puzzle, I feel like too many times or oft times in relationships are one-sided, where that guy has to fit into that woman's life. It's not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Typically, you know what I'm saying? Which I feel like I said, I just feel like we got it backwards.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna give them too much on the first episode, because that is something that we definitely want to explore.
Absolutely.
In another episode and
Absolutely.
everything, and see how we could even shift that.
Right.
Because I've heard you mention it before, how men do feel scared and they do things because they feel like they're gonna lose their woman.
You gotta be scared of your woman to be successful in America in a relationship. You gotta be scared of her.
Don't explain it today. Make them wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, awesome. So yeah, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you want?
I mean, I don't know.
Your audience to know.
I mean, we could talk about anything. You know, so my life is an open book. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, we could touch on anything, whatever you want to touch on. What comes to the mind of Sherelle?
The mind of Sherelle.
In regards to, you know, this way how I'm so opinionated when it comes to these relationships.
Why? Yeah. Why now?
Why now?
Why now?
Why not now?
Okay.
You know, why not now? I think this is, you know, especially with a lot of these different platforms and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, we have an opportunity now to like look at like real regular people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not because you know most podcasters and people that you see that's successful in this game, you know, are a lot of, you know, they come from, you know, money and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm that average guy out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy that's making that $50,000 a year. Yeah. I'm that guy that's, you know, out here in the trenches of trying to work. You know what I'm saying? And trying to figure this thing out. You know what I'm saying? And come back. You know what I'm saying? From defeat. You know, because I definitely was defeated. I was a real sad puppy out here for a minute. I ain't got no. I can't, you know, even lie towards that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a part of my story. It's a part of my journey. You know, and I just feel like, you know, I feel like I could be a voice for a lot of these suppressed men that's in these relationships, because you, like I said, you got to be scared to be in these relationships with these women. So, you know, it's almost like that old question that they ask: Would you like to be loved, or would you like to be feared?
Wow.
And I think in relationships, especially when it comes to these women, they know that you have that fear, and so that fear is what keep you in. So I don't think it's that love.
Oh man, how did we get here? How did we get here?
I mean, that's just the reality of life, man. You know, me and my partners, we sit down and we have these kind of conversations all the time. You know, and I know some men out here right now that's going through it. You know, and it's having to deal with a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And just how these, you know, how these things are set up. You know what I'm saying? As far as a state-sanctioned relationship, you know what I mean? It's, you know, the man is set up to lose. You know what I'm saying? So fear is going to be the only thing that's going to keep him.
Do you feel like that's the case in every race or ethnic group, or more so the African American population?
Well, I mean,
people of color.
Well, no, I feel like, you know, here in the state of Oklahoma, they say we like number one in divorce, I believe, in the United States. Is that right, Trey? Yeah. So yeah, I think we like number one here. So I think that definitely touches all demographics. I mean, we only make up 6% of this population here in Oklahoma. So I think this is something that we all suffer from. And I mean, knowing the kind of work that you do and knowing the kind of work that I do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we see this kind of stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what race that you are. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I think, you know, of course, I'm gonna love my people first, and I'm gonna think about my people first. Yeah. And I talk to black women. I don't talk to women outside of my race too tough. Okay. Not that I you know, I have any biases or anything like that. But you know, I feel like, you know, the black woman is just damaged right now. You know what I'm saying? And we need to try to repair her in whatever kind of way we can. You know what I'm saying? And understand you got that black man over there too, man. That's out here dealing with a lot of stresses that come along with being a black man in this world. And you know, if you down with him, you down with him. If you not, you know what I'm saying, you should have jumped up off of this goddamn boat when it first started sailing off.
Yeah. So when does one know when it's too much?
I mean, that's based on that woman. That's what her threshold for pain is. I feel like love is pain. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard, women tell me, oh, I don't think pain should be, I don't think pain should, or love and pain should intermingle. Well, then my retort to that is, don't you got children? You love your child unconditionally, right?
Absolutely.
How your child ever hurt you?
Absolutely.
And you still love them, right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's another type of set of rules and regulations when it comes to, that man coming into that situation. And, that man is not going to be playing under the same type of rules and regulations.
Okay. So you're saying it's definitely different for a man than it is for other people, family, friends, children.
Yeah. They going. I mean, those are going to be the mainstay. We're taught nowadays that a man or even a woman is just indisposable. I can just get rid of you at any time. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though too, especially for your relationships. And check this out, man. If your woman is on social media, know that the niggas is in their DMs. Tough. I mean, tough. All right. Yeah. So, you gotta understand, man, that nowadays, what, back in the day, you would only have to worry about your woman going to work and coming home, so you wouldn't have to deal with men and things of that nature. But when now women and even people now we got, especially women, they got so many different options. You know what I'm saying? If you got you a woman out there and they on that social media, trust you me, they might not at the time. You know what I'm saying? Entertain that dude that's in their DMs. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like they put a pin in it and they say, okay, when this dude fuck up.
You feel like all women do that?
I ain't gonna say all women. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that biased, but I think about 90% do.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's good women out there.
Okay.
I just don't. I don't know. I just done ran into a whole bunch of bad ones.
Yeah. Okay. So that's gonna be a topic too. What is a good woman later on?
Yeah, absolutely. We could do that.
So we know this is the launch. So tell us what to expect from this show and where we could, how often are we gonna hear from you?
Yeah.
And the time, day, give us some information.
Yeah, as far as that last part, it's just gonna be to be determined. Okay. In regards to the frequency or anything like her. But we're gonna get on here. We're gonna talk this shit though. I'm gonna have me some guests on here, man. That's people that think out the box. Cause this is a singles podcast, and so I only want singles on this podcast for right now. Later on, I'm gonna bring in some of my married people or whatever the case is. But primarily, this is gonna be a singles podcast. I'm gonna have some. I got some old players I'm gonna have come up on here, man. I got my player partners, man. They coming, man. My old school partners, man, in their 50s, man, they 60s. They's out here single, out here living life and having it, I'm bringing them boys on, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring on the hot girls. I got some strippers, you know what I'm saying? I got some people lined up, you know what I'm saying? That's going to come and talk. I want to see how they feel, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with them and how the dating thing be with them, you know what I'm saying? So I got the hot girls. I got the old school cats coming on, and, you know what I'm saying? We just going to break it down. We might do this weekly. We might do it bi-weekly. Okay. I've got plenty of show topics right now. I'm gonna definitely have you on, of course, quite often. I got a bunch of therapist friends, as you know, as well. So I'm gonna bring my therapist because I wanna be able to explore this this male female thing from a psychological standpoint. Right. You know what I'm saying, and a therapeutic standpoint as well. So yeah, we gonna touch on this thing a little bit.
Let's do this. I'm so excited. And I'm excited. I know you've been talking about this vision for a while. True. So I'm excited to see you follow through.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You make it happen.
Oh,
and
so
this is just the beginning of something great.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Roy Music man for plugging me, man, with my boy Marlon over here, man. Yes. You know what I'm talking about, man. He done made this happen for me, man. This dude has been nothing but 100% genuine, man. This dude's yes mean yes, and this no mean no, man. He's a man's man. You know what I'm saying? And the dude that I'm glad my man put us with, man, to make this thing happen. Because there was a lot of people out here bullshitting me.
Wow, that's crazy. One thing that I do admire, even the shout outs, is you could tell you have a lot of supportive people in community that rock with you. And absolutely. So, which we need more of. And so, right. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. Well,
man, I want to send another couple shout outs too, man. Some of the real players, man. out here, man. You know, R.I.P. man, and my man Al Edwards, man, Junior. You know, that was our big bro, boy. That hurt when we lost you not too long ago. You know, I'm talking about this was a player's player, man. He was a man's man. He didn't have no chink in his armor. You know what I'm talking about? Man, we miss you, bro. I still can't believe you gone. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, he always used to have a saying, because we used to go out and be out. And when he would introduce me to somebody, he would say, hey, is he just like us, Mikey? And we all knew what that meant. You know what I'm talking about, man? So, you know, I want to send a shout out, man, to my big cousin, Thurn Bruno. You know what I'm talking about? R.I.P. to you too, baby boy. You know what I'm saying? You always treated me like I was a big boy, man. You always made me feel good when I was a young man. You know what I'm talking about, man? To shape me as the dude that I am today. You know what I'm talking about? This is